Okay, as you can kind of see, I've taken some of these out looking at some of the molds, and they're not very hard. You know, I actually peel them back and they just crack, just shattered. It's like, what the heck did I do wrong? This did not work out like I expected it to. This one here, just, it's all junk. Nothing in here is dried. And it's been drying overnight. It has been probably almost 24 hours, and this stuff actually seems like it's still wet. Well, Mancavians, this is Bob from Bob's N-Scale Man Cave, and today I'm going to put some rocks together using some lightweight hydrocal from Woodland Scenics and some of their Woodland Scenics molds. My first attempt didn't go so well, and I think it could have been how I mixed the plaster. It might have been a little bit too wet, and so I got to really take care and measure properly and follow the directions so it doesn't just break up into just crumbly pieces. After a whole day it still wasn't quite dry. So you got to keep a 2.5 to 1 ratio, basically 2.5 parts of hydrocal to 1 part water. So let's try this again. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get some water in a spray bottle, about a cup of water and a couple drops of dishwashing soap like Dawn. It's a kind of a wet water, and it will basically break up the surface tension and help the plaster release from the mold later after it's dry. So I just spray some in here. And then you want to mix your hydrocal. The mixture is 2.5 to 1, so the instructions say to use 4 ounces of water to 10 ounces of hydrocal. And so I've got some mixing bowls here. I've got 4 ounces of water right there. This little bowl here only goes up to 8 ounces, so I'm going to mix the 10 ounces in here and pour the water into it. A little backwards, but just follow along. Just open up your milk carton, basically. If you guys still know what a milk carton is, instead of a jug. Okay, that's about 10 ounces. Close this up. Pour the water in. Mix it up. It says to mix it for a couple minutes. It's thoroughly mixed and no dry compound is left. So let this sit for a couple minutes before pouring it in. Let it stiffen up a little bit. Okay, it is sat for a couple minutes. And now I'm going to start pouring this into the molds. It's been about an hour since I stopped pouring this mold, So let's go take a look at taking them out of the mold. Okay, let's not take these out of the mold yet. They're not quite dry. After an hour, I probably should let these sit for a really long time, probably a whole day, because you can kind of tell right here that if I bend that back, it's cracking. So it's not quite dry yet. So I'm going to let this set more and just come back tomorrow. Well, all of this stuff, trash. Okay, now I've let these dry for quite a while now. It's actually been over that 40-minute period, and it's now 2 hours past when I was going to actually pull these out. So I'm really letting them dry in there. So I'm not sure how this is going to work, if this is going to work at all, but I'm going to try pulling these things out. Let's try some of these smaller ones. Oh, so far so good. Oh, that's starting to crack a little bit. There you go. Pulled it right out. Got a little flashing on the side here. That ought to be easy to come out. That worked pretty good too. Well, I think I got my mixture just right. These little ones working pretty well coming out. Now let's move to this bigger one here. Oh, I broke it. Well, the good thing is, it seems like it's pretty stiff either way, and so hopefully this comes out. Okay, that came off pretty good. This corner here has got it's got a deep section right in there. So that's probably why that was a little tough. So I gotta be careful next time I take that out. And so it'll fit right in there. I can glue it all onto my layout just fine. And this is basically almost pretty much ready, dry, to start putting some color onto it. Now let's try and take this other one out. Came off pretty good. And then I got this big piece here. Little crack piece there. You know, it does stick to the inside of it, so you gotta be pretty careful. That's what the wet water is for, to help it release from the plaster. And there we go. It's all ready, almost ready to go, either direction I want to put it. Well, there you go, Mancavians. I just made my first successful mold with these Woodland Scenics molds using some lightweight hydrocal. And I'm now a little more confident that I can make more of these, and a lot more in the future. I can modify my layout a lot more, and the next step is doing some coloring. So that'll be the next step. So it takes a little bit of patience. Got to make sure you do it right. I think the biggest problem I did not do the first time is I did not shake the hydrocal box well and mix it all up, because I think it kind of settles and I had some really loose stuff on top and it just wasn't the right consistency. So make sure you shake your container first and make sure you measure it 2.5 to 1, 2.5 parts hydrocal to 1 part water. Basically 4 ounces of water to 10 ounces hydrocal. So those instructions, and I highly recommend using the wet water. As far as I know, that seemed to work out pretty well. So next time, Mancavians, happy model railroading, stay off the tracks. Bye. So if you like what you saw here today, go ahead and click subscribe down here below, or follow my Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and my Instagram, links down here below in the comments. Also, click on one of my other links for videos as well. As always, Mancavians, happy model railroading, stay off the tracks. Bye.